A very good morning to all the students of PUC first year Arts, Science and Commerce. I am Muhammad Ghulam Rabbani from Department of English, working at Nehru Arts, Science and Commerce College, Khantikeri, Hubli. My dear students, before commencing the topic, let me inform you that there are two books. One is a course book and another is your workbook. Course book means the prose and poetry section is prescribed in course book, and the grammar devices or grammar parts are prescribed in workbook. So my dear students, 50 marks will come from your course book and 50 marks will come from your workbook. And we two lecturers in English have already divided the portion of course book as well as workbook, and some of the parts of course book are completed, and workbook we are going to commence. My dear students, today I would like to engage a class relating to verbs. Chapter number 3. This is one of the parts of speech, because there are 8 parts of speech and it is one of the parts of speech. My dear students, it's very, very important for you to note down the notes that is sent to you, and you listen the class, video class, as many times as possible, and understand, grasp, comprehend, because grammar parts are playing a very, very vital role in one's personality. My dear students, if you want to become a great speaker, orator, or if you want to speak fluently like the native speaker, apart from your language, you must know grammar devices, important grammar devices, so that while you speak, you will not commit mistake. While you write, there won't be any error, and people will appreciate your language, maybe written language or spoken language. What are the important grammar parts? The important grammar parts are like tenses, because tenseless sentences are senseless. There won't be any meaning, meaningless. So tenses are very important. Parts of the speech, active voice, passive voice, direct, indirect speech, subject verb agreement, and there are other devices also, but these are the devices that are very, very useful for the person who aspire high to become orator or speaker or great writer. So whatever notes will be sent to you people, you note down So make a two separate notebook consisting of 200 pages or 100 pages. Write the notes of course book in one of your notebook and write the notes of your workbook in another notebook. So make a two notebook, write notes separately to two notebook. One is relating to course book, another is relating to your workbook. My dear students, you are the future of the communities, you are future of your family, your state and the country. Always aspire high, always have a high aim, big aim, and achieve your target. Be studious like Babar Ali. Okay, with this, let me start verbs, tense and time. So parts of the speech starts with noun. How to define noun? Noun is a word which describes name of a person, place, or which tells name of a person, place, things, animals, etc. This is the definition. But according to me, my own definition, whatever objects are seen or can be seen are noun. For example, chalk is a noun, pen is noun, textbook is a noun, board is noun. So it is very simple to understand. But there are some abstract noun also that can't be seen or touched. For example, air, fragrance, etc. or smell. Likewise, verb, what is the definition of verb? A verb is a word which shows an action or state of being. This is action word. For example, we play cricket. Another example is she writes a letter. If you ask by WH question, that is what, you will get the action word. It shows an action, verb. We play cricket, what do we do? So the answer would be play. What we are doing, playing. Or what we do, play. She writes a letter. What she does, right? You will get the verb. You will get the verb. But this is my own invention, my own creation. How to understand the verbs. That whether this is a verb, this is a pronoun, noun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction. What is this? And how to recognize. For each part of speech, there is my own definition. So, verbs, how you can recognize the verb? The meaning in Hindi or Urdu would be na. For example, play means khelna, write means likhna, go means jana, see means dekhna. So see here. So if the meaning would be na in Hindi, it means that it is action word, main verb. Main verb or action verb. My dear students, verb can be divided into three, that is transitive verb, intransitive verb, auxiliaries also. Like is, auxiliaries are very, very important, like is, am, are, was, were, do, does, did, has, have, had, can, could, shall, should, may, might, must. So in other classes, in upcoming classes, I will teach you people, that is modal verbs and auxiliaries, because they are also playing vital role in framing sentences. My dear students, verb can be further divided into 4 forms. I don't want to teach people transitive, intransitive or auxiliaries now. In some other class I will teach you people. Now verb can be divided into 4 forms. That is present form, past form, past participle form, present participle form, or it is called first form, second form, third form and ing form also. Like first form, second form, third form or ing form. Or present, past participle, present participle. There are many verbs and verbs, list of verbs are given in your book articulation. At the end of this there is a list of irregular verbs, first form, second form, third form, and ing is quite easy. Few words I would like to write here because it's very important in framing sentences. Present form is used in what is called present indefinite tense, future indefinite tense. Past form is used in past indefinite tense. Past participle, that is third form, is used in all the perfect tense. That is present perfect tense, past perfect tense or future perfect tense. ing form, that is present participle form, is used in all the continuous tense. Present continuous, past continuous, future continuous and present perfect continuous also, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous tense. So it's my suggestion and advice to you that whatever the list of verbs are given here, you note down on your notebook whenever you are leisure, means whenever you are free, you go through them, read, write by heart. I can say that consume it, digest it, swallow it, so that it will remain in your mind, and whenever you need to speak or construct the sentence or connect the sentence, it will overflow in a form of words easily. It will come automatically. You need not emphasize or stress or emphasize. It is not needed. It will come automatically if you by heart. So it's very important. You have to note down on your notebook and read, write as many times as possible if you want to speak English, if you want to be fluent in English, and if you want to write correct English. So few verbs I would like to write here. For example, read, present form, past it will be read, spelling will be same, but the pronunciation or sound would be read. Third form is also read, and fourth is reading. Write, wrote. Third form is written, double T, written, and that is very easy. Writing, single T, writing. Read, write, speak. Second form of speak is spoke. Third is spoken. Fourth one is speaking. Listen, listened, listened, listening, listening. Play, played, 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 then it is playing. But some verbs have similar forms. For example, cut, 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 cutting. Then hit, 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 hitting. Few more. For example, buy, it will become bought, B-O-U-G-H-T, bought. Third is also bought, and buying. Drink, second is drank, third is drunk and drinking. Last one, for example, go, went, gone, going. Some of the students, they are committing mistakes while cut, they write cutted in second form. Third is also cutted, cut, cut, cut and cutting. Hit, hit, hit and hitting. You should not write hitted, that is wrong. Okay? So there are list of verbs you go through, you by heart, you read, write, and whenever you are free, you can come, and I would like to check your notebook also in future days. So my dear students, that is all about verbs, tense and the time. How many tenses are there? And tenseless sentences are senseless. According to me, tense is heart of the language. Active voice, passive voice is brain of the language. And direct, indirect speech is the soul of the language. And parts of speech, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjections, these are the parts. These are the parts of body life, parts of speech, that's why these are called. So you should know about tenses. How many tenses are there? Because chapter number 3, some sentences are given and you are instructed to recognize the sentences. So you must know the tenses. Then you will be able to recognize, identify the tenses. So my dear students, let me rub here.